Yo, what's up? Can you hear me? Mic check, mic check. Hello, hello, Nate, Rensler, what's up? How am I sounding? Are we good? Give it a minute or two. See if anybody else joins in. Close this window because it's loud out. All good, all good. Nate, what's up? All good. Here we go. Let's get into it. Good day to do this. So, currently short, riding the wave. Still not ready to flip. Just taking a look here at Trading Light. I'm looking at the book. See where we have some static people stepping in. This is on FTX, obviously. And everyone loves 40K, it looks like. All down in here. So, some of you may have tried the level up here. And I just left it because I didn't see what I needed to see. I actually should have added up here. But Mike, what's up, man? What a morning. Oh, the doggo, man. He's gonna have to make an appearance. I'm gonna have to get him in here. He's much better, man. He's it makes me sad, but he's getting a little old. He turned 8 in January, and his breed of dog, they just have like bad teeth. Like, I tried to brush him, tried to do everything. Homie was not having it. So I put coconut oil in his food and stuff like that, and it helps clean the teeth. But long story short, he got a mouth infection. He had to have some teeth pulled, and but he's straight right now. He is chilling. I'll get him out here later. But getting back to this, as you can see, it's not a good time. I saw it yesterday when we couldn't break that composite POC. I was like, this is going down. I didn't think it would go down as much. I thought we'd get another bounce off the weekly POC, and we'll look at that in a second. But the crazy thing is, equities haven't even dumped yet. We're sitting here, so you got to. There's no reason for me to rush and get back into this. I've said it to you guys before, time and time again, how much these two lines here work. So, daily trailing VWAP, weekly trailing VWAP, and if you zoom out here, you could see we kept pushing above it. We were holding above it, holding above this daily level, and got that last push. Break below this weekly VWAP was pretty much where I took my short, and came down here. We bounced off the static weekly VWAP, shut down at the anchored weekly, and here we are. So now we have this crossover, and when this happens, usually just let this chill for a minute. There's like no rush. This will retrace, and it'll make a new bottom, and it'll retrace, and I'll have plenty of opportunity to go long when I get ready. But yeah, like I said, I see a couple of people just hopping in. Damn, your dog is 17. I hope my dog lives at 17. That'd be amazing. But you can see here on the levels, people love 40K. And then below that, not too much. Um, so another thing I look for when if I'm gonna flip, right, is this CVD down here, just still remaining negative. You can see it starts to bump up, but it's down. OI is down. It's kind of flattening out, but cool thing about trading light is you can really, you could go high time frame, you could go low time frame, and one thing I was looking at was the 42 bottom and back to 36, and you could see here in the CVD where things are flipping, right? People are trying to push, they keep getting pushed down, where it's red down here, and it's like a really simple thing. I know people monitor CVD levels and draw trend lines and things like that, but this works pretty damn well for me. So you could see here we bottomed out, retrace, and then you get the strong change in delta, which pushed us up to the highs. Going back to 36, same thing. We bottomed down here. It's all negative, and boom, you have this cross of the VWAP, shut down there a couple times, cross, up, right? Now you could use that to trail your trade. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But like you guys know, I'm taking profits and adding along the way. It's all just one big trade for me. I don't, just flip short and this and that. I like to short at the very, as high as we can get. So that's that. I want to go into, and if you guys have any questions about trading light, we could go back into it. We could look at some alts on here later. Look at some levels, but we'll go into stocks for a second. So, as you guys can see right over here, it's Wall Street slides, Ukraine tensions mount. I don't want to get too much into macro. I'm not a war reporter, but I do listen to the Wall Street Journal podcast daily, and the one thing that's clear is Russia is saying they're doing something, and we have all the spy planes and everything that could see if they're really moving troops out, and they're not. So that's what the fear is all about. I mean, just take a look at gold, right? Look at gold, and since the beginning of February, like, this is a hell of a trade. So I look at gold like a lot of people, they call the VIX, the volatility index, the fear gauge. This is my fear gauge. Gold. People are really scared, they buy gold 100%. And they are. So there's fear in the market 100%. So Bitcoin is not the fear inflation hedge it was meant to be. It is still a extremely risky asset, high beta equity play, if you ask me. But looking back at the ES, this is the whole week pretty much right here in this little area. So these are the weekly lows here, and we still got one day in the trading week, ending the day at the lows. Probably a dump in the after hours session. I'm thinking you have this naked point of control where the bounce happened last time. So I'm thinking that we get another bounce when price gets down here, barring any, Russia taking over Ukraine type of situation. So that's it with equities. It's just, the market is just scared. These aren't even, these are the lows down here. So if we get down there, you might see 30K Bitcoin again. Not saying it's gonna happen, but definitely a possibility. Um, so let's take a look at BTC. How we looking? So I kind of want to go over the market profile and the points of control and the naked points of control and how I use them, how I look at them, how I create a composite. Because I think that's super important. I think you guys see like the lines in the chart, but you don't really know how to use them. So I'm gonna go over this really quick, and then we'll get into discussing anything you guys want to look at. But and we'll take a look at the TPO as well and some other things, liquidations, funding rates, which last time I checked weren't even negative, and weren't even going negative, and that's not good. So I'm meeting up with my buddy's Frenchie later, man. He has a Frenchie named Dutch. We're going to the dog park after this. So basically, this is what I saw. This is the 4 hour. So we got up here, right? You could see the naked point of control from this day where the highs were created, and we were never able to stay above that. You could see the last couple of days we just bumped up against it and then down, right? So strongest point of this composite was 42.2, just smashed through that. Smashed through this naked point of control here. And when we make moves like this, it's like there's no reason for me to even look at taking a long, because Asia's gonna open. Even if we push up here, it retraces the lows. It happens 7 out of 10 times, I would say. So right now, longing is not in my repertoire unless I'm trying to long like a altcoin for a scalp, but not today. Today's not the day for that. So the thing about these composites is you have to make them fit what you're looking at, right? So right now I'm zoomed out on the 4 hour. You can see the naked points of control below, which is where if we keep dumping, these are the areas I'm gonna look to get involved. 38.5, like you see these little spikes on the profile, that's your support. I don't draw my support lines from daily, weekly candlesticks. That doesn't make sense to me. I draw it from where people were transacting, right? So just taking a look back at this really quick, like, okay, so this right here is the visible profile. It's the same thing that's on TradingView. It just shows me where delta is positive or negative, so the green and the red. But as you can see here, right, when we started to bounce, we created this low time frame point of control, right? And we made this little move up, and then we got below it, and you could see that we couldn't get back above it. That's stay in your short, don't move. Now that we're down here, we have to build new, we have to create volume, right? Because without volume, price continues to slide. One side dominates, the other side just sits back. Kind of like me right now. I'm just like, I don't want to buy this yet. When you get a lot of volume, it's buyers and sellers transacting, and eventually when that builds up enough, a direction happens, right? You either the sellers win or the buyers win. So right now, even down here, you could see these green levels, like people were buying here, but it's still mostly sellers. So I could wait. Like I'm good with, if this comes all the way back up here, I'm good. So that's kind of a way that you can look at the profile to determine if you want to stay in your trade or not. So even, let's go lower time frame, right? Let's go. Let's go. Sorry about that. So if you look here, right now, looking where we are, you have the VWAP crossing the weekly, terrible sign, and you have no volume down here, right? If sellers keep pushing, this just keeps going down. And you could see up here where we started to push up, you had a point of control move down here, weren't able to get above it. This is where you add to your short, right there, because it didn't work, right? Now down here, you want to see volume build again, right? Either we retrace these lows or, we just stick around here, but you want volume to build. You want buyers and sellers to be transacting, and then you want price to move above that point of control, which is currently here. Now, if that doesn't happen down here, chances are you push up here, you get shut down. You push back up here, you get shut down again. But when the volume builds, you get this momentum and it carries, right? So, that's kind of one of the things that's key with the market profile, right? At the highs, heavy volume, price going below it, that's a fade, that's a sell. At the lows, you want to see volume build before you just jump in, right? Because everybody knows little spikes up wicks, like those retrace every time, pretty much. That's called a failed auction, and it will have to happen again. Maybe it'll take a couple days, a week, but you'll be there again for sure. Like 42K, when we were dropping from the bottom, 52. It never doesn't work, or it always works, I should say. So, this composite is based off of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the last 9 days, right? So you can see we kept pushing up, bounced off the weekly VWAP yesterday, and then we were never able to recover over that. And that was it. That was your short. And, looking at a bottom, right? Down here, we kept retracing this level. And if we didn't spend so much time up here, like the thing about the market profile is it develops, right? So if these 3 days weren't included, then the point of control would be, well, let me see if I do that. Well, so yeah, so if you focus here, here's your point of control, your composite point of control for these 3 to 4 days that we were ranging, bottoming out. And you can see here the strong move above 42.2. Like, and then we never look back. If I go to 36, it's the same thing. So you base it, it's on your time frame, right? So we just broke a key level on the high time frame. So we have 42.2 up here. We broke that. If you take that out, yeah, so 42.2. This was a level, but it, like I said, it changes. So the market profile is key. It's if you learn it, your life will change. Seriously, no bullshit. in my opinion. So you can see what we're looking at down low. I'm not anticipating we get here, but 38.5 looks like an amazing long. The thing is, another reason why I don't want a long here is because see this gap. This is no good. This means that there's no support right here. There was no volume in this area. We moved swiftly through it down and swiftly through it up. So, that's just kind of how I'm looking at it. Right now, if we break these lows here, you can basically look into this range here as, from this spot, so like 38.5 to like the top of these wicks, so like 39. This is a demand zone right here. There's no demand here. This could just blow right through this. So that's what I'm looking at with Bitcoin. I was looking at the profile before, and one of the things that you want to see for a trend reversal is you want to see something that's it's basically called a B profile. So there are two types of profiles, right? There's a P profile and there's a B profile. A P profile, like this one, indicates the trend is shifting. It indicates it's gonna be ending soon. Now, a B profile, this is not a B profile, but it just looks like this flipped. Trending down quickly and then large volume at the lows. So this was looking like a B-ish profile, but then we added this portion here. So this is now a trending day. We're trending down, basically. So when you make a move like this, you have time, right? So this should create a balancing day. Either you have a trending day into a trending day, or you have a balancing day, which these are balancing days, right? We pushed up here to the highs, dropped down, balance. These are also the weekend, so the weekend is usually always an inside balancing day. There's just not enough volume to move it. Another inside day balancing and a push. So that's how I look at that. So just taking a look across open interest. Adam had made a big move last night, but that's dead. You could see the ones that are really feeling it. Poor Luna, it just can't get ahead of itself. So nothing really to see here until we get some increases. Everything is down, obviously. Taking a look at, so I posted before that there were not enough liquidations for me, and you could see that we went lower because, this was a brutal move down to 33. Everybody was levered up. I think people are a lot less levered here than last time, but it pales in comparison to some of these other moves. But time will tell. It could pick up. So a big liquidation day to me is considered like over 250 million. So right now we got about 80 million in longs liquidated. And that's kind of pennies in my opinion. Funding going slightly negative, but this is not the type of negative funding that that gives you a strong bounce. It needs to be sustained for a bit. And, you could look at previous areas where we made a hard bounce. Like we were very negative, like -2 basis points. Right now we're negative a half of a basis point. So things could keep going in this direction, that's for sure. What else did I want to look at? So just taking a look at the majors, and you can see that Luna is getting crushed. Sol is getting crushed. So when it comes to alts, right? I know some of you guys he doesn't talk about alts enough. And there's a good reason for that. It's because I don't want to get you guys killed. I don't want for you to buy something. For instance, last night I was like, if Avalanche breaks 98, it's going to go. And, it looked like it. And it hit 98.50, and now it's at $88. So when it comes to me with alts, there are two things, right? I don't short alts the best because one is it's an easy way to get crushed. It's very stressful shorting alts. If you are shorting something, you short something weak like a Luna. That's pretty much been an easy play lately, but I don't do it enough, I should say. When it comes to buying alts, I don't buy alts up here. All right, we're gonna get this move up here. I buy alts literally when they're at the bottom of these charts. That's the only time I'm looking at them. This is a 1 hour with 150 candles, so I don't know, it's a week or so. And I want to get the big move. I don't want to buy from here to here, right? That's what I do with Bitcoin. I focus on that with Bitcoin. I can lever up. I can. It's easier for me to play. But with alts, it's I want to buy it when it's oh my God, it's going to zero. And that's kind of how I do it, and it works fantastic. I don't always need to be in an alt play. I really don't. I can eat just fine. And I started trading the S&P again, so I got two sources of income right now, so that's going well. So just looking at the TPO chart really quick, you could see, so this is going back to the 10th, which I don't know what day that was, some day over the weekend. Oh, I guess it was a week ago, so last Thursday. So this is, very similar to what you see on TradingView, but TPO and the volume profile not exactly the same. TPO is time spent in an area. So if you look at today, the TPO point of control was at 43.1. That's where the most time was spent, right? That was overnight. And then markets open, huge move down, right? And you haven't been able to spend much time in any area since then because we just keep moving down. You have the point of control up here where people tried to buy back in around 42, but this is not actionable for me personally. So that's that. I will open it up. That's I think we covered a lot there. So what do you guys want to talk about? What are we talking about? Hey, Jace. Jace, come here. Come here. Come here, bud. Come here. Come here, boy. Good boy. Come here. Say hi to Jace real quick. Come here. What's on your mouth? So this is Jace. It's my homie. He's getting old. He's an OG. But this is my partner, right? You feeling better? Say what's up to the folks. Say what's up. What's up, Bob? Alright, you can go back to your nap, kid. I woke you up. Take it easy. Okay. Let's see what we got. Why do you use TPO and Quantower instead of XO? I don't use XO, man. I use XO literally just for like the market profile. I'll be honest, like it works for me. I don't the TPO on XO is definitely a lot cleaner, a lot nicer, but I use Quantower to execute my trades, and I just don't need another thing. It's awesome. It's the best when it comes to TPO, and also the footprint, but I don't really use that either. So for me, I don't need it. Like I try to consolidate as much as I can because I'm only working off 2 screens. Like if I had 17 screens, like yeah, I'd have the footprint up here and that, and it's like I've found that I don't need it pretty much. It is the best though when it comes to TPO, when it comes to the footprint, when it comes to Delta and a lot of the pro things, but I don't need it. It's just like another subscription that I don't need. That's all. Don't hate it. And Silico's my boy, and as you guys know, Ryan Kenner and Clark uses it all the time. I just find that I trade low time frame, but I'm trying to make my low time frame trades become a high time frame trade. I'm not scalping every bottom. I really don't care about that. Like right now, we're bouncing here. It's like, okay, that was a scalp, and that was a scalp. I don't really care about that. So I don't need that super quick, fast. Oh, there's a zero at the bottom. Go. So that's just me. That's my personal style. But it is awesome. If you use it, keep using it, man. High time frame 80A short to 40 cents. Whew. That is a long way from here, bro. Let's look at it. 40 cents. Whew. Let's look at the weekly. So Cardano does look like it's gonna break down. I mean, it keeps bouncing here at 90 cents, and you know what? I mean, 40 cents would be my target if I thought the market was just over, like if I thought Bitcoin was going to 20K again and the stock market is going to go down 20%, but it's definitely going to break down. But before I would aim for like 40, I'd probably be targeting like 75 right here. 80, 80 to 75. And then you get down here, this is just, if it breaks here, then, you might have your trade. But I don't know. People are crazy about that damn coin. People are nuts. It amazes me that it's even a dollar. But if you want to take the long ride and have your stop well above, because or keep adding well above. But personally, I don't know. I don't know if you're gonna get it. I would maybe aim for like 80 cents in my opinion. What else? So many charts. What do I use the most? Okay. So Michael, what do I use the most? This is how I basically set things up, right? I use TradingView and the profile like this, in basically like a high time frame manner, and then I have my low time frame chart here if I'm scalping, but I basically use this for looking at levels and looking at the profile on a high time frame situation, and then for my low time frame trading, I'm on trading light. That's pretty much it. And then I use I use Quantower strictly for execution. So I go there, one click, boom, hit a button, done. Instead of entering a trade, decimal points and all of that stuff, risking a fat finger trade and all of that. So basically between trading light and TradingView the most. The strong alts, AVAX, the same situation. Any shorts you think now? So I'll look at the alts in a second. Any shorts that I think now? It's if you want to look at shorts, because honestly I think you missed the short, the big short. But if you want to look at shorts, right, you gotta look at the high time frame, just how we looked at ADA, right? You gotta look at something that's about to break down, which Bitcoin looks like it's about to break down right now. It depends on the coin. I mean, right? Let's look at FTM. Like it's been bouncing around this 180 area for a while. Like this was a great short right here. This is the composite point of control on the daily. See the shutdown? That would have been lovely. Near, same thing. Composite point of control, shutdown. That's how I look at it. And then if you didn't get into something like that, then you need to look for breaks of support, which I don't like shorting breaks of support, especially not with altcoins. That's very dangerous. But you just gotta zoom out, man. Like right now, like Luna is sitting at the composite point of control. If it breaks through here, 52, you aim for these lows down here at 43. That you just, I could go through them all, but shorting at support or break of support, because what happens is you could just have a stop run type of situation, and then price just goes right against you. So I would say, if you're learning this profile, man, really look at it and really see where it's getting stopped and get in there. Or these key composite areas here, they are key. Like looking at Luna right now, if this breaks here, you should get 47 or at least these lows. But again, a good play when it comes to taking shorts, especially with alts, is when it comes to alts, I'm more high time frame when I'm taking an action than short time frame view. Obviously for a scalp here and there, but to be honest, lately I haven't been doing that much. It's like I don't really like want the stress of like getting like a, couple like a 0.5% move, and prices bouncing and going against me. Like I take the high time frame play and I just let it ride, right? So taking a look at Luna here, right? You had these highs, you weren't breaking out, you broke below the break below the weekly VWAP is like that is that's a go. It always, it doesn't always work, but if you have a candle close below the VWAP, below the weekly VWAP, push back up underneath, that's your short. That's exactly what Bitcoin did today, right? If you look at it, take a look, right? Broke below weekly VWAP, next candle, pushed up, hit it, short, right? I bet like every play looks like this. Obviously, AVAX is a little bit stronger, so that was a different situation. But AVAX breaking below this area, like taking a short here or to stop above 90 might not be a bad idea. But I wouldn't do that because AVAX is one of the stronger coins right now. But it's these are options. Like these are the type of plays that I look for. Thanks, Benjamin. Thanks for coming, man. Thanks to all you guys. You guys are awesome. What's up, Ikunui? Sounds Hawaiian. What's up, man? Yeah. Yeah, Ruko, I'm cheap, so I have the basic EXO, so I don't use it for that, because I use Quantower and I have to pay for that, so it's just like, whatever, It's not even about the money. It's just I'm not gonna use it, and I can get the same thing everywhere else. Everyone has their own style of trading, and it's just like, people look. And they see, like, you see the best traders using a certain thing, and they're like, oh, I got to use that because that person uses that. It's like my best buddy, he uses it, and total professional, great at everything he does. But it doesn't make me be like, oh, I got to get that because, he has it. So, it's just, and like I said, Silico's my boy. They're a great product, but this is just how I do it, and it's working for me. So I try to keep my life simple when it comes to trading. I don't like stress, additional stress, and clicking on a bunch of different screens while I'm trying to get in or out of a trade is just, I don't need it. So I have it where I have my setup. I got my 3 things that I look at, and I'm good to go. I got my agri trade at the bottom. I got my trading light over here, my trading view over here, and then I switch between that and Quantower to enter my trades. You got $15 in Ethereum and some free $5 Bitcoin. Oh man. Well, hodl, man. Hodl that for like 5 years, and it'll be like maybe $100. D Speedwagon, man. What's up, dude? My man. Thanks for joining, man. What's up, J.E.? Bit of a bounce due now. Yeah, definitely a bit of a bounce due for sure. I wouldn't be jumping into a short right now. That's for sure. The short was earlier. That was the play. Now, if you want to get into a short, you got to see a rejection at a major level. That's what I'd be looking for. Bitcoin is not gonna go from 41K back up to 44, and definitely not 46. So there'll be rejections along the way. The thing about alts right now is you got to think about it is, look, every time Bitcoin makes a is making a newer low, alts are making a lower low, right? So it's kind of like playing a loser's game, just trying to keep legging into alts when, especially when Bitcoin is going down. Like I said, AVAX, I want to buy AVAX here. I want to buy AVAX here. I want to buy it over here. I don't want to buy it right here in the middle of nowhere. Nothingville. Right? This does nothing for me. I don't like that. I guess it's a level over here. It's nothing major. So you gotta look for your major levels. You gotta watch the profile. You gotta see where the strong volume and the orders are gonna come in. But comes to alts right now, I think you just make sure Bitcoin gets its footing first before you try to do that. It's 3:00 and Asia's gonna wake up and they're gonna be pissed. I mean, they started it actually, but they're not gonna like this. Like, Nasdaq's down 340, and then we're going into the weekend. And usually when it gets late in the week like this, and we're going down, it kind of just continues into the weekend. Could be wrong, but it's just like how the S&P likes to doom into the close and doom into the weekend. So I wouldn't really be worried about getting into position right here. You're gonna have time. Now's the time, if you're not in a position, to make a plan, right? To be looking at all your alts and to look at all your charts and say, all right, I like this level, I like this level, and look for it. Maybe set some bids. Spot is led during the last of what do we got? Bit of a bounce through. Yeah. You don't want to see spot leading perps down. That's not good. I didn't even look at that. Let's see. Do we have a premium? Nah. Pretty much 1-for-1 Coinbase and but yeah, everything is flat. I mean, if you take a look at this bad boy. So sorry, that's a weird look. So, right here you can see a little bit, you see futures pulling up off the bottom, but everything is pretty much going down. Perps are leading the way up a little bit. Binance is still flat, but there's really no move yet. Really nothing that makes me say, Aaron, start bidding. That's just how I feel about it. That's just how I feel. Alright. So, what else do we want to talk about? Sorry about that. Okay. Setup is key. What's the benefit of Quant Tower? So Quant Tower is, I just like Quant Tower because it allows you to do everything. I don't use it for things like looking at the charts or whatever. It's basically an execution machine. I would open it, but I have positions open and I don't want to do that. So we'll go over it next time. But it's worth downloading it. And the awesome thing about Quantower is it's free. So like, not for the TPO and all the other things, but for like executing orders, if you have one exchange, it's free. So you can hook up your API keys and you can reverse flatten, you know, you can bid. You could bid at the ask, you could bid at the sell, you could market sell, you could reverse position. So if I'm long, I just hit a button, boom, now I'm short. Like little things like that are priceless, and it's pretty much free to get. Crypto, Ryan Senior is aggro template, but you have no idea how to add it. So I don't want to mess with that, bro, because last time I did it, I ruined my setup and I had to redo it all over again. But you have to go to let me see if I can pull this up. You have to go to settings, and then it says workspaces, and you download the file, and then where it says workspaces and settings, you hit the plus sign, and then you go find the file wherever you saved it, and it should update. That's pretty much it. I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to screw my thing up. So Michael, yeah, going back to your questions, trading directly through an exchange. Directly through an exchange, right? You're trading off of 5-minute candles. I have to click, I have to put, this amount, buy, sell, right? Like, I go on Quantower and you can either do keyboard trading, which is, I just hit a button, like I hit the B, and it buys, right? I hit S and it sells. It does a limit sell or a limit buy or whatever. You can program it however. And or you can use your mouse, like right click, buy, left click, sell. And it's easy. You just program in your amount, like half a Bitcoin or 0.1 Bitcoin or whatever, and just you could keep putting limits. You could just boop, 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 line them up. It's amazing. I'll go over that next time. We'll do a little Quantower tutorial next time, but I just wanted to focus on the profile today. But D Speedwagon, man, I appreciate you, dude. You the man. The name of the indicator I have up now, Glosser. Okay. So here are my secret 5 indicators that I use. It's very simple. Boom. Take a screenshot. Do whatever you need. So VWAP, session. I don't use the bands. Right? This is a standard VWAP. It just, I don't do anything to it. I just change the color to yellow. That's it. VPSV, volume profile, session range, right? So that is, the session is the day. So each one of these is a session. These are my settings here. I have my ticks set to 60. The higher the number, the higher the dollar value of the asset, you want the row size to be a little higher, unless it just looks like it's so small you can't even tell the difference. Now if something's like $1, you want a smaller row size, so you want like 10 or 20, right? But I have that set to 60, and my value area is set to 70. What that means is the value area is where 70%, I have it set to 70% of the volume has occurred. So you see this highlighted area, that's 70% of everything that's in this range. If I go to the 5-minute chart, this is 70% of today's trading, right? So that's that. And I have the same settings for the right profile, which is the visible range, which is everything that is in the chart. That's the profile that you're getting. Same thing, simple, nothing crazy. Lastly, then I have the anchored VWAP, which is the green line. Now this you can change. You can change this to reflect a bunch of different things. So I can make it the highest high, right? So it takes it from the highest, I guess the highest high of the day. Oh, the highest high of 14 candles. So you can play around with this. Highest volume, which was this candle. There's so many different, like I said, at the month, quarter, date, year, earnings. But I just keep it on a week. That's all that matters to me. And then lastly, I have in silico levels. Now levels are not a buy sell indicator. They basically attempt to show you exhaustion candles. So where price tries to move, basically we make a high, it makes a slightly higher high or equal high, and then it prints an exhaustion candle. And obviously it's different for each time period, but it's a visual thing. So for instance, if you zoom out here on the 1 hour, right? So we printed an exhaustion candle here. It basically creates like a support resistance. So we come back to that level that was created by this exhaustion candle over here. We kind of were below it for a while and broke above. But you can see it's not a sell indicator. If you would have sold there, you'd have been pissed. You would have sold there, you'd have been pissed. It's but it does work for just kind of seeing, where price tried to go up. Because as you can see here, it doesn't always work. But it's good to wait for a retrace. And if you would have waited for a retrace, you would have seen that wasn't the trade. That's it. Those are all my indicators. Done. All right. What else do we got? BTC pot right now? What does that mean, Roman? Short covering before the weekend. I don't know, man. I don't think so. If the stock market dooms into tomorrow, which it's dooming into today, I don't think people are gonna be pissed about leaving that on over the weekend, especially with the whole Russia thing going on. And it's like, if things are gonna pop off, they could pop off on the weekend, and then they wake up in the money on Monday. So we'll see. Thank you. You like my place? Hey, I was trying to because where my computer is, it's not anything to look at really. You see my snowboard and my couch that I don't even like. I need to get a new couch. But yeah, thank you. It's cozy. So now we look at the gauge activity up or down. Lord Samurai, quant tutorial next week for sure. So I'm gonna start doing these twice a week. Probably I don't like doing it on Mondays. Mondays is kind of like a shitty day because everybody streams on Monday, and I know there are probably some other people that you guys watch that are, more. I don't know what the word is. Been doing this longer than me. So I like to do a Tuesday and on I want to do like Tuesday, Friday, like a end of the week wrap up type of thing. But Thursday just worked good this week. So, and I had my dog and a whole bunch of life shit. So, gotta take care of life shit. But we'll be doing more for sure. Yes, levels can provide signals if tuned well. D Speedwagon, you gotta talk to me about the tuning, man. I never really played with it. I just use it, but I found that it works for me personally. It gives the best signals on the 15 minute. My buddy D Speedwagon is talking about this indicator, and boom, short. You know, it does. It gives some pretty good signals for sure. But when you're like in a day trading perspective, I think it works the best on the 15 minute. Like, look at this, short, bam, bam, long. So it's a great tool. And Silico, like I said, that's my homie, man. Even though I don't use XO, still shout out to him. I talk to him, every once in a while. He's a good dude. He's an interesting fellow, that's for sure. Ridiculous amount of narratives. Bear market, bull market, sub 30. Nah, Mike. I don't really play into that stuff. Look, I take it day by day, minute by minute. I play it by the profile. If we all believed in narratives last year, we would have held for 100K in December, and we've been fucking pissed, right? We don't do narratives. We don't. Oh, like I'm sure there's narratives starting like, well, yeah, if we go to war, people are gonna try to, or like I've even seen narratives like, oh well, Canada's shutting down the run on the bank, so people are gonna buy Bitcoin up there. It's like, come on, man, get real. People like, I love Bitcoin, I love crypto, and it will be a revolutionary thing. Like, I'll tell you straight up, like, I don't even use a bank. Like, I have, like, Coinbase is my bank. I have a bank for, like, paying bills and shit, but I don't keep any money in there. Like, I have my investments and my 401k and my, IRAs and all that shit, but, like, the bank, I don't go to the bank. I am my own bank. Like, I got my wallets, and I got my hardware wallets, and I got my Coinbase with my Coinbase card that I use for transactions and everything. It's fantastic. Like, you can even get direct deposit into Coinbase now, and I don't like Coinbase or recommend them because of the high fees, but when you're operating in USDT and you're not trading on Coinbase and things like that, it's basically free. So, and I get 4% back on all my purchases made with my debit card, and not any crypto I choose, but like, so personally I get 4% back in GRT, which is like, I don't care about it, it's a shit coin, but I get it and then I sell it into USDT like immediately. I don't know if it's really depressed, I'll let it run up. Like, I have the option to let my money I get paid back go up or down. It's like, it's fantastic. But anyway, the narrative thing is, you take it with a grain of salt, man. You're already seeing, one thing I'm noticing is after the ETF approval from last year, right? It's like all that regulation stuff and all that shit, it's like out the window, right? Because we've dropped substantially in value. People are sort of losing interest. we're not fitting the narrative of fear will make people buy Bitcoin and crypto. So they're just ignoring it. That's their thing, to ignore it until it goes away. We're supposed to get like some type of Joe Biden presidential something, I don't know, mandate or something on crypto. And it's like, look, this is a high beta market that allows you a ton of leverage with no credit check, none of that. And it's I don't want to call it a casino, but you're making very calculated bets on these things, these projects that, and that's one thing about crypto, right? It's like most of the time you're betting on a thing that hasn't done anything yet. And it's like people don't realize, like you look at some of the valuations from last year and you're like, damn, this coin is worth more than like, you know, Walmart. It's like how it doesn't it just, but I just send it back and forth to my buddies and I trade it. It's like it's you got to be level-headed when it comes to this, and you can't FOMO and YOLO, and it kills in this game. So my short answer is on that: don't follow narratives. Don't, just play the chart. Look at the levels. Period. You know when it's strong and you know when it's weak. Like right now, it's weak. So that's that. Oh, banger, what's up, homie? Yeah, they bought a hopium. Hopium sells and hopium kills at the same time. Do. Crypto taking the doggo out. Yeah, I gotta do the same. What else do we got? Yeah, D, I'll hit you up, man. Let's chat, man. It's been a minute. I'll get back to you. Ooh, you wrote an algo. I want to play with that. So I'm just catching up here in the chat. Is there any specific charts you guys want me to go over really quick? And we'll do that and then I'll finish up. Favorite time frame to trade? No, Michael, I do not use Coinbase Pro to trade. Never. No. That's not what I was saying. I take my money and my profits from where I trade and send it to there as spending money, and then everything else to the wallets, right? No, Quantower does not have a Mac version. That's one of the reasons why I got a desktop, because I was using that strictly at one point, and just I don't know, man. In my opinion, I've been using strictly Mac for like 10 years now, and I was so hesitant to go back to PC, and now it's like I want to get rid of my MacBook and sell it and get a sick laptop, like sick PC laptop. It's just like what do you get with your money when it comes to PC, and it's faster, and it's like it's not like back in the days where the only Mac selling point was like, oh, it doesn't get viruses. It's like PC is doing just fine for me. So yeah, no PC. S&P vomiting, like I said, dude, it loves to dump into the close. Like if you look at that's me getting an alert right now. Something bad is happening. So what was I gonna say? When I traded like for the big bank that I traded for, 90% of our trading is done between 9:30 and the close. It's like the rest of the day is like meetings, a bunch of BSing, hanging out, going from office to office, maybe putting together some client reports or whatever. But the trading is the day is made in the first 2 and the last 2 hours of trading. The rest in the middle is all garbage, in my opinion. That's why, like, when it comes to crypto, it's like you're better off just waiting for the market to close sometimes. You really are, in my opinion. Oh, that's telling me to buy the S&P right now. What do we got? No, no thank you. Nope. I'm good. Yeah, so just like I said, I think we're headed to this area down here. We're gonna get there. But yeah, so I'm gonna close this because that's gonna keep going off and that's gonna be annoying. All right, so Banger got his ledgers. There was one question. Oh, favorite time frame to trade. I'll just end it there because I got to meet my buddy at the dog park, and nobody seems to care about alts today, and you shouldn't. That's how I feel about that. So my favorite time frame to trade, pretty much, I would have to say, look, you get your entry when you're scalping and you're day trading. You want to be on like a 5 minute. Some people use a 1 minute chart. I find that you use a 1 minute chart, you just like, you're getting a whole bunch of false signals and you're just going to get chopped up. 5 minute chart is great for short term scalps, but I prefer during the day. Obviously, so I get my levels from volume, and then I like to look at the 4-hour chart. I like to see, that helps me see the range, the daily range or the composite range, whatever. But when it comes to day trading and trading, during the day, making moves, my recommendation is like, especially if you're not good at scalping, which most people aren't, I say that all the time because it's true, is like a 15 to 30 minute chart. Price is likely, so let's just take a look at the 30 minute chart here, right? So price is likely to pivot at the beginning of the hour, the end of the hour, and I find that like the 30 minute gives good balance, right? So here, this is a 30 minute candle, nice leg down, and I would never take a long here. I want to see a retrace, right? Here at the highs, 30 minute candle, we pushed up and then down from there. Like it gives you a, it's not the best entry. It's not gonna be a 5 minute entry, but like I don't care about like missing like $200 move in Bitcoin. It's not, unless I'm only trying to get a $400 move. Then a $200 move is a big deal. But like I said, as of late, I've been going for the big ones. I take the swings during the day. Like, my best advice for someone who's a new trader is it's best to try to enter trades at like daily highs or daily lows, right? I'm not saying like set bids at the daily lows. I'm saying watch the reaction to yesterday's low. And that's a good way to get a feel you know, it's a good way to get started in trading. Obviously, you get more advanced. You can take a break of the VWAP, or you know, just a strong volume candle move, or whatever. But you know, like if you look up here at these highs, like this was the daily high here, and then you know, daily high again, and it's bounce at yesterday's low right here, break of yesterday's low right there. Yesterday's low became resistance. Like it's that's definitely, like, if you're new to low time frame trading, that's, I would highly recommend starting that way. But all right, we good? You guys always awesome. Please do the like and subscribe thing. I always forget to say that. But you know, it's been super awesome chatting with you guys. Like I said, we're gonna do it more. At least 2 times a week, maybe more. If there's like a day where there's just like something we gotta talk about, I will definitely jump on. You know, just check it on Twitter. But I guess I'll leave it there, folks. Thank you so much for joining. Ooh, there's a lot of red coming through here. Yeah, I'm going to continue to watch the market dump and continue to be happy I'm in profit. I hope you guys got short somewhere. And just keep following the Twitter and see where I'm thinking about flipping back the other way. But right now, not at all. Anyway, thanks again, guys. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you. Have a good one.